Moroccan desert with Ahmed.
Berber Stuari.
He works at the hotel that I'm staying at. He has his own camel tour that you guys should come and check out when you come here, called Sun Safari. So when you come here, check out Sun Safari. So right now, it's been quite a struggle this whole morning. I'll talk to you guys about that a little later, but I'm just walking around the village near the hotel. He lives in the village and he's gonna show me around his family.
Yes, and this place is Irkshabi.
There's camels everywhere and 4x4s, and tourists are starting to roll in. I came in here really early this morning, around 7. And I'm gonna go on a tour a little later, but right now I'm just looking at the villages. So come along with me. I'm so tired. Sorry, my energy's low. It's hot, but I have on this beautiful scarf that I got in Fez. Dromedar means camels with one hump.
You know what?
Bob Marley. Bob Marley. He just stood up on me. Oh, okay. Bye, Bob. Bye, bye, Bob. So here's Morocco, and over there is Algeria. It's about 45 kilometers. And yeah, that is how close I am to other parts of Africa.
I'm like butter on a lobster. We lit, we lit. Got me singing like I'm Shaka. Moonwalking in my casa. The young queen Cleopatra.
We lit, we lit. We lit, we lit. Yeah. We lit.
This is his house.
We lit, we lit. Yeah.
House just for the winter?
All these spaceships and rockets. Got me
It's
feeling
me,
high.
look. Therefore.
That's you.
I'm a spaceship and rocket.
Oh, you look so young. Look at you. Oh, this is beautiful. Is this a Riyadh? Where?
Marrakesh.
Marrakesh.
Fall into the sky. Fall into the sky.
Congo with my rasta. Merengue with the lobster.
This is a hut for making bread, Moroccan bread. This experience is so humbling. Like, I can't even believe I'm here in a village. Like this man that worked at the hotel, he works at the hotel, but there's a village right behind the hotel where all the workers live, basically. And yeah, like he invited me to see how everyone lives, and they all built their own houses. Yeah, this is really cool. Whoa, 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 whoa. Say hello. Hey, what's your name? What is your name? Tu nombre. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? Hello. Now they're playing in my weave. Look at her. Hey. What is this, henna on your hands? Huh? You were playing in henna or dirt? One or the other. Oh. Come on. So right now, I have to go charge you because you're going to die, and we are going to go on a Moroccan Sahara Desert excursion that I need my camera to be charged for. So, see you in a bit.
Vem.
girl got full access to a luxe camp. And look how beautiful it is. Like, this is a tent in the middle of the Sahara Desert. It's one of the expensive camps here. I feel like I'm Indiana Jones. It's beautiful, like beyond beautiful. But in the middle of the Sahara, you're camping out like this, like you living life. For real, for real. Okay, so something like this I think will cost you €2 to like 1,000 euros a night, depending on the level of the camp. I don't know how much this one actually costs. I can ask. But I made some friends. I make friends everywhere I go, and they hook it up. I don't know. They hook it up, okay? So yeah, this is amazing. So check out, this is an example of one of the luxe.
Give me this. Welcome to Morocco.
Welcome.
We are from deserts of Sahara, close of Algeria. We say thank you to every Americans and welcome to Morocco, your second country.
Toast to Morocco. All right. Moroccan bread. So my journey to the Sahara, let's talk about it really quick. It was a mess. Basically, I booked a hotel from when I was in Fez, but I realized that it was outside of Mazuga, which is where I'm at. This like one of the easy accesses to the Sahara from Marrakesh or Fez, and yeah, there was no way for me to really get there. So I unbooked it, and I was like, you know what? I'm about to just get there and figure out if I can find a place. Like, I'm just gonna wing it, you know? And then so I got here, and at 7 in the morning, it was like 6:50, and there were 2 taxis waiting outside for the bus, and there was only about maybe 7 to 10 of us still on the bus when we finally got here to the desert, because the bus stopped about, like, I'd say the bus stopped about 4 times from Fez, the CMT bus, And so most of the like Moroccans and the native people got off, and then all the tourists were on. So it was about 7 to 10 of us, and only 2 taxis were out. Like the city that we got dropped off in was completely dead. Like nobody was outside. All the businesses were closed, and it was just these 2 cars. And then I'm like, for me, I was just kind of like, okay, like maybe that this is what is supposed to happen. But there's literally no information about this online. They don't even tell you when you book your ticket that this is gonna happen. And to be honest, for some reason in my head, because I just had been to the bigger cities, I just thought that it didn't matter what time I landed, that I would be able to like get a taxi or have my options at least, you know. So basically I got in one of the taxis with a French couple, and the man was very pushy, like very pushy, like, oh, you have a place to stay? I have a place for you to stay. You can come to my place. What's your offer? What's your price? Like very like aggressive. And I was just like, you know, like, I'll come check your place out, but you know, I do kind of have a place to stay. And like, you know, you just always kind of lie and say you do got shit going on, and you do know people where you're at and whatever, just so that they can like kind of get off your... Hello. Hello. Look at the little kitty. But just so that they can... I said kitty. Look at the little kitty. Hi. Okay, but just so that they can get like off your back, you kind of just want to lie about everything. Seriously. Especially when traveling alone. Hold on. I just tried to fly my drone, and that was a total fail. Total fail. Do I look like a real like desert girl? Arabian? Egyptian? Something? Okay, so yeah, I don't know where I left off, but let's just go to the part where... Yeah, so I was in the car with this man. This is the only time since I've been in Morocco that I've experienced stuff. But the people, the French people went outside to try to get one of the hotels that we had passed by. And he told me, he was like, come here. He started whispering to me. He was like, come here. And I was like, what? Like, you know, first it's early in the morning. Like, what you mean come here? Like, I'm right here. I'm in the car right next to you. Like, what? So I'm like, what? Like, what's up? You know? And then, what happened? Then he gonna, say, he was like, put your head forward so I can, he was like, put your head forward so I could kiss it. And I was like, excuse me? And then he was like, oh, it's okay. It's a Moroccan tradition. And then I was like, no. He said, it's a Moroccan. And he started yelling. He was like, it's a Moroccan tradition. Let me kiss you. And I was like, the fuck? That was like, okay. I felt like at that moment that it, like, shit was about to go bad. And so, but I didn't panic, because, you know, we don't panic. We just get ready. So then, I was like, no, like, you know, I was like, take me to, like, come on, like, you know. And so we pulled up. He driving hella fast, first of all. So then we pulled up to his resort or whatever, his little hotel. And the French people got out of the car, and he was like, okay, I make you a nice price. And I'm like, what's your price? You know, because I wanted to go spend the night in the desert, because they have all these tents, these camps within the Sahara Desert that you can go to, or they have them sometimes at the hotels, like in the back of the hotels or something. And I was like, okay, what's your nice price? And he was like 500 dirham, which is like 50 euro. And online, everywhere else, everybody I talked to said that if you get here to Mazruga, to the desert, you should only have to pay like 25-30 euro. I know, 20 euro difference, whatever, but like, come on, when you traveling, money flies, you know, and every euro dollar counts. And plus, like, I'm not spending 50 euro, because if that was the case, I could have spent 50 euro coming from Fez or going to Marrakesh and coming from Marrakesh. Like, that included my ride and everything to come from here. So no. And I was like, no. I was like, I offered to make him a video for his I don't know why I'm still talking to this man after he did that, but I offered to make him a video for his hotel and everything, like, you know, I'll promote you on my channel, whatever. And he was like, okay, yeah, so 50 is good. And then he just started yelling at me. Sorry, I'm trying to focus myself. Then he just started yelling at me out of nowhere. I was like, no. And he was like, you're never gonna find anything like this, and I'm the best, and then he was like, I'm taking you back to the bus station. But mind you, there's hella hotels, like, not hella, they're spread out like a good 10-minute walk to each one, you know, around the area. So I just ended up, like, then he was like, you know what, I have to go pick up some more people, and then I'll come back and get you 1 hour. So I was like, cool, he leaving. And I put oh no I forgot to tell you guys, this man goes like this. He touches me on my boob and said, he was like, I feel like you have a good heart. And I was like, what? And then he like tried to, and he grabbed my shoulders and tried to pull me in, and then tried to kiss me. I don't know how I missed that part. That is the part where I was like, ooh, this nigga crazy. Ooh, 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 I'm about to get kidnapped, like something, you know? So then, look at the camels. Let me see. Okay, anyway. So then he left, and as soon as he left, I saw this other guy and that had looked like he had already been staying there. I was like, so what's up? Like, what's going on with this place? He was like, yeah. He was like, stuff's going down with this place. And I was like, okay. And then he just moved his body. He was like, so you see the direction I'm facing in? Go to that hotel over there. He was like, I can't really say much, but just go. And I was like, ooh, I'm really about to get kidnapped and buried in the Sahara Desert. Like, what is going on? I was so confused, you know? So my ass, I like was like, oh, can I leave my bags here? Because I have a big, not a big suitcase, but a suitcase and a big old backpack. So I like played it off like I was just gonna go take a walk, you know? And my plan in my head was to just go tell somebody what happened to me, and they can come with me to get my bags, you know? I don't know. Who can you trust? But whatever. That was my plan. It was the only thing I could do. I'm in the middle of the desert. So I run over to the next door hotel, and they chill, whatever, but the man sleep, because I guess they had like a huge party the night before, so I couldn't really negotiate anything. So then I ran to the next one. They're like 10 minutes apart, and then this guy gave me a really good price. And then when I was leaving is when I ran into the guy that works at the first hotel that I ran to, and he was in his car, and I was just kind of like, hey, like, you know, because I saw the big tour sign on his car, and I just started asking him all these questions and told him what was going on, and he basically was like, look, I got you. He was like, I got you. And you know, this is my thing. When you're traveling, you just kind of like feel it when somebody is being genuine. Here in Morocco, you learn real fast, like, the difference between genuine and not genuine, because people play games, and you learn real fast. And him, I just felt like it was real genuine. So I just, you know, got in his car because he was riding back to that hotel, and we went back to that hotel and worked everything out. Yeah, and then so he lived in the village right behind the hotel. He was able to like take me into his home. I met his family and all the kids, and like his mom and his grandma, and it was just cool. But it's literally right behind the hotel. Like, I didn't go off far or anything. Like, if I had to scream, somebody will hear me. Basically. And it was just so chill. Like, I had a really good time. But yeah, so I'm just about to go watch the sunset. And my desert experience has been very different from a lot of you guys' desert experiences, and from probably what you will end up doing. But I do suggest coming here on your own and not booking a tour from Marrakesh or Fez, because I've heard so many nightmare stories. Like, they say you're gonna get all this stuff included, and they say you're gonna do this and say you're gonna do that, and it always ends up being the same thing. But some people pay like €200 and some people pay 60, and they just play you, and there's nothing you can do because you're in the middle of the desert. So what I suggest, what I'm gonna do next time I come back to Morocco in general, is come with people. Although it's very easy to travel here as a woman solo, but come with people and rent a car. It's the easiest thing. You control everything. And like for my situation, having to walk from hotel to hotel, like you can drive to hotel, check out their prices, and they're way, way, way cheaper than booking something from one of the outer cities. So that was my story for my desert experience so far. I'm about to watch the sunset. I'm about to do a little sandboarding. I tried to fly my drone. That didn't work. And yeah, then I'm gonna head to Marrakesh. But this is beautiful. Like, I can't believe, like, I'm in the Sahara Desert. I'm in the Sahara Desert. I want to see like a little mirage. Like, I want to get dizzy and like be like, ooh, I see Bay over there, and like run over to him. And he's like in the water, you know, trying to refresh himself, eating some peaches, you know. And there's like all these palm trees and a lake. And then I'm like, oh no, it's actually a mirage. I watch too many movies. But I think that actually does happen. I think, or used to, like when they actually used to cross the desert and stuff. I'm also waiting on these camels. So we're about to have a good time for the rest of my time here.